To me, cooking is enjoyable. This meal, for example, was not only delicious, it was a joy to make. In short, cooking is therapeutic. I enjoy cooking. And it was very simple to make. Pork that you can pick up anywhere, really, at your local supermarket. I added salt and pepper. Salt and pepper to me seems to be safe. In this instant, I also added some soy sauce to the pork and added more salt and pepper. See? Now, I enjoy cooking with coconut oil. A lot of people have their choice. They like to cook with other things, which is fine. I prefer coconut oil. Once the oil is melted, of course, then I simply add the pork, and my purpose here is to brown both sides. That's it. Not to cook it, just to get them nice and brown, because it looks better that way. So, once I do that, and one side is sizzling and browning and all that, then I begin to plan in my head, what am I going to do next? So, both sides are nice and brown, but they're not charred. You know what I mean? Then I begin to plan. Garlic salt, yeah, okay. Soy sauce, of course. Thyme, yes. I will be using these. And it's also a wonderful time for you, the cook, to be thinking about using other things. For example, I decided I would also use mushrooms on my pork. Oh yes, I know what you're thinking about mushrooms. But then I wash my mushrooms thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly. I also love the flavor of onions, and I use onions in just about every meat dish that I prepare. I do that because, look, let's face it, can there ever be too much onion on any meat dish? Of course, once the pork has been browned on both sides, then I remove it. Remember, the purpose is simply to brown the pork. So I remove it and I prepare my onions, because I'm going to saute the onions in the frying pan. You see what I mean? And I'm going to add this later on to my dish. So the onions are added, and now is a great time to add the spices that you like. If you like oregano, add oregano. I happen to like thyme, so I'll add thyme while I'm sauteing the onions in the same frying pan that I used to brown the pork. I do my best not to add specific amounts of anything in my cooking videos, because I'm trying my best to encourage people to use cooking as a creative art. In other words, cook the way you like, adding the spices that you like, and cooking the dishes that you enjoy. As I said earlier, it's therapeutic, and I love the smell of cooked onions with soy sauce, don't you? So, after sauteing the onions and so forth, I now add some water to the frying pan. Now, this will do a couple of things. It'll clean up the frying pan for you, and also prepare with hot water to steam your pork, which really is the real way it's going to be cooked. It's going to be steamed, actually. Then I added the brown pork back to the frying pan. You see what I mean? And once I've done that, then I'm halfway through. As you might have guessed, I am going to steam this pork along with the seasoning that I made earlier. Remember the sauté onions? I added that to it, put the lid on, and now I can go to work for the next hour and a half. That's right, I just let it steam for another hour and a half or so while I go to work making videos like this. I hope you have enjoyed my little jaunt into the non-mysterious world of cooking. So, when it's almost done, 15 minutes or 20 minutes before I actually serve it, I then add the mushrooms to it, because like I said, I wash them thoroughly. I now add it, put the lid back on, and of course I go ahead and steam it some more for about another, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, because after all, you can eat raw onions. I mean, raw onions, not only raw onions, but also raw mushroom, if you're brave enough. In the end, voila, bon appetit. I had this over yesterday's rice, and it was delicious. Thank you so very much for watching my videos and for sharing my videos. I appreciate it. Thank you.